Fofos, I'm tipping. Ooh, welcome in to the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. Johnny, we saw a brutal beatdown last night. Why don't you go ahead and talk about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of anticipated it. At least I did. I knew coming back to Philadelphia, Astros were going to take a couple games to get going. The home crowd, have they lost in Philly this postseason? I think the Padres got them one time in the NLCS in Philadelphia. I do think the Astros are going to rebound, but last night was very easy to telegraph. I got everything right outside of the over-under. It was right at 8. Of course, they scored 7-0 shutout, but I did take Philadelphia as an underdog money line, which paid out plus money. That was great to see. Plus 105. So I boosted it as well, made myself a little coin on DraftKings. Plus the big money that was so easy to telegraph, given his history against that opposing starting pitcher, yet the Bryce Harper anytime home run, plus 450 at the best odds in the game. He has been unstoppable. I'm going to milk this train as long as I can go. Give you a little insight where I'm leaning tonight, Shano. But I do think the Astros are gonna even it up tonight. I think it's going to be a competitive 7-game series. Houston is too good. They have too many veterans that have won championships to be just completely undressed in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you and Sean both predicted that. Sean also had the Phillies money line. And then, Sean, what were your props?
They were money is what they were. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Did that with a single pitch, and then a short bomb, also free, over half a home run. And then I also had on the other side Lance McCullers over 4.5 strikeouts. He hit 5. This game went exactly how I said it was going to go yesterday, where McCullers is going to get rocked, but also get his strikeout somehow, and that's what happened.
See, here I am feeling good about my props, and then Sean just absolutely buries me, going 3 for 3. So well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah, props to Sean. Also props to me, which you kind of gave a little bit yesterday, but
I gave you love on. We were talking about Monday Night Football. You were on the Browns.
My props. You didn't go over them. It's okay.
Oh, I forgot. It's whatever. Sorry about that.
All jokes aside, yeah, last night was strange. Astros not in the midst of a scandal, but just like kind of people questioning how this happened. And I'm sure everybody has seen this now. It seems like McCullers was tipping his pitches. The sinker was down, or the curveball was down here. The sinker was up here. It was easy to tell. And then Sean told me on the broadcast last night, you could see Bryce Harper whispering to Alec Baum's ear what was going on and what to look out for. So not great for the Stros. New pitcher on the mound tonight, new game coming up. So we'll see what happens then. Any final thoughts on this game, Johnny?
Well, does anybody care? I mean, the Astros are essentially the Patriots. They like to push the envelope, push boundaries. They've already been caught cheating once and faced essentially no repercussions. So Philadelphia, for better or worse, they're America's team in this series. Everybody is rooting against the Houston Astros. No one wants to see them do well. I do think it's going to be competitive, though. So if you can get Philadelphia on plus money, probably throw a little coin on that. But I would be hesitant to say they're going to outright win this series.
Philly's like minus 120 right now, I want to say, to win the whole thing. Right?
See, like I would dabble on Houston. If this series goes back to Houston, they get 6 and 7 at home, get them a plus money. It feels like when the Warriors were down to the Celtics in the NBA Finals last year, and you could get the Warriors a plus money. Like maybe do that.
Sean?
I just want to go on record and say I am rooting for the Houston Astros. I hate Philly fans, and I want Dusty Baker to win a ring. So
that's the only saving grace is he's managed a lot of teams. He was with the Reds, with the Cubs. He's never won the big one. I can sympathize with that. But then he also said Bill Cosby called him to root him, wish him good luck in the series. You guys see that?
I need that information.
You didn't see that? He's like, yeah, Bill Cosby called me.
Why would you publicize that? Why would you tell people that?
Yeah, I just
take the pulse of the room.
Good morning text from OJ Simpson.
All right. Well, there's a lot of odds. You can't get odds on that. I mean, you can get odds on who's going to win the whole thing. And as I said, I believe Philly is the favorite right now. Let me go ahead and check. Philly currently minus 140 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You can get the Houston Astros at plus money at plus 120. Also, just a ton of playoff player props, Game 4 specials going on. There's combined home run props, so you can get Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve to combine for 1+ home run. means either of them just needs to hit a home run at plus 255. I don't like that because Jose Altuve sucks and he's terrible and he needs to stop playing baseball. Maybe he's shrinking and that's why it's not working. But DraftKings Sportsbook app is the best place to get these odds. When you sign up using that promo code PHNX, new customers can place any $5 moneyline bet on any NBA team to win their game. And if they do, get $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Plus, you can use the DraftKings stepped up same game parlay feature with the NFL, with the NBA, with the MLB, whatever you want. There's a lot of great odds boosts out there as well. So download it today. Use that promo code PHNX. It's promo code PHNX this week only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for more details. Johnny, another game tonight. You like the Astros?
I do. I think they're going to win because Aaron Nola has been asked this postseason. He's got an over 10 ERA, and Christian Javier was one of the best pitchers in the American League. This is why you have him on your postseason roster to shut down opposing offenses like Philadelphia. Again, not rooting for the Astros, but I'm being objective for America to help win you money out there, PHNX Bets fans. So I would take the Astros tonight. Here is what I like in this game. Houston. Money line, take it minus 110, and then also we'll dabble some NBA. Warriors -7 tonight. There feels like kind of like a sleeping giant a little bit. Haven't played their best basketball. You know who isn't playing good basketball? The Lakers. They're taking on the Pelicans tonight in LA, and I think the Pelicans win outright. The Lakers should be 0-7 right now. If you've watched their games, they've been on the wrong side in every fourth quarter, but they were able to pull that one out the other night. I don't think they rebound with back-to-back wins. I think they fall to 1-6. Pelicans get the dub. And how about Bowling Green? They're off a big win last week against Central Michigan. Their quarterback's playing well. They can score a lot of points. They scored 38 last week. MACtion returns to action tonight, and I'm going with Bowling Green -3 against Western Michigan. They took care of Central Michigan last week. Time to go out west in the state of Michigan and take down Western Michigan.
And you like the Warriors as well?
I do. Yeah, listen, this team, I watched them and I watched the Suns play, and I'm like, Suns are better. And then I think about what happened last year, and the Warriors just ran rough shots in the Western Conference. And it's difficult, I will admit, to bet on the Warriors during the regular season because I don't know how much they take these games in October, November, December seriously. And they're so well coached. Their culture is elite, but I do like them tonight to get the W.
Well, I guess it's also hard to find out what day they're playing because they play tomorrow against the Magic.
God damn it.
It's okay. It's fine.
DraftKings?
We won't be talking about it tomorrow. So get that bet in now. It's already moved to 7.5.
I knew I liked them against the Magic.
You're getting some closing line value on it. It's already 7.5 against the Magic.
I came in. I saw that matchup. Let me give you some insight. I saw that matchup, you rat bastard. And I looked at it and I said, well, the Magic are terrible. I've watched some Magic games kind of casually this year. They have they have no promise. And so that line initially was what? 3, 7, and now it's up to 8.5. So maybe I'm just helping out America here to get the line early.
It was 7. It's 7.5 now. I actually lost my first bet on Paolo Banchero last night.
I was going to say, I'm not here for this Magic hatred. They're a wagon.
So full transparency, 2 nights ago, I took Wendell Carter over points and rebounds. Shit the bed. Didn't do anything. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not going Wendell Carter anymore. Give me Paolo Banchero last night. Parlayed, stepped up same game parlay plus 20%. Profit boost. The over on the Thunder's team total. SGA over 26.5 points, finished like 34. Okay. And then Paolo Banchero over 19.5 points, something he's only not done one time this year. Finished 15. Wendell Carter Jr., 29 and like 15. Just a ridiculous night for him. So that happens sometimes, but it's not going to happen today because I'm not taking anything Paolo Banchero because they don't play today. They play the Warriors tomorrow. These are my picks. These are my favorite things. I like the Houston Astros tonight as well. Give me their money line. I think they bounce back. And look, I know the Phillies have held a lead in every single game this time. I think this is going to be the exception. I think they dominate tonight. And I'll tell you why in just a bit. I also love the Atlanta Hawks tonight, +2. I think Trae Young has a big day. They're at New York playing the Knicks, who I like to watch, but I also kind of like to hate watch and love watch at the same time. We got a weird relationship, me and the New York Knicks. Taking the Hawks money line at plus money, +120. And then the Mavericks continue to be disrespected. This team is really good. They have a generational talent, Luka Doncic, and they're at home against the Utah Jazz, who sure have been overperforming as of late, but they aren't a very good basketball team. So give me the Mavs. That line has already moved to 6.5. So go ahead and keep an eye on that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And then MACtion, my favorite time of the year, favorite MACtion Wednesday pick of tonight. Points, and more points. Central Michigan at NIU. These teams love to score. They even more love to score on Wednesday nights under the lights. Give me CMU at NIU over 57. I also like CMU +6 in this game as well. So if you want to dabble on that, maybe a little same game parlay there, you can do so. Unfortunately, no props for these MACtion games, but that's okay because there's other props to bet on. Johnny, prop wise.
Yeah, prop wise, LeBron James is going to go under his total of 28.5. He's averaging roughly 25 points per game this season. Pelicans are playing good defense. LeBron's getting tired. He did not look great the other night. He was under this point total. This Laker team is beyond saving. I think it's hilarious. I so badly want them to just start like 2-20 and then to have to offset and reset and sell off all their pieces. But supposedly LeBron James is untradeable during this year. I don't even know why he's still playing, frankly, but I don't foresee him having a big game. This is a nationally televised game. He's going to go under. And then how about Bryce Harper? We mentioned it. I'm going to write it. I'm going to double tonight my odds from yesterday. First home run instead of just over under one home run plus 800. He is a freight train from hell. I think he gets the first home run in the game, but it could be later. And I think the Astros are already be up by then. So, and another sneaky prop, yesterday Shane missed the trade deadline. It was sad. Sean and I held down the fort. It was the most active NFL trade deadline probably in my lifetime. You talk about the odds shifting on DraftKings, and there wasn't much movement, but I did see some movement. So the Baltimore Ravens, one of your favorite teams to watch in the AFC, they get Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears, right? Their odds went up to win the Super Bowl. They were at, I think, plus 1,900, plus 2,000. They've gone up to plus 1,800. So Vegas feels like with the addition of Roquan Smith, they're creeping up. Now they're still far behind the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, but they sit third right now in the AFC rankings, which I thought was interesting. No other real movement from the trade deadline helping teams move up.
Yeah, we'll get into the trade deadline right after my props because I do want to talk about some stuff. But until then, let's get into these. Anthony Simons, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch, up and comer, Portland Trail Blazers. No Dame Lillard for a couple of weeks. It's time for him to take over. The man has been attempting like 12 threes a game. He's had 2 games this year where he's hit 7. His over under on threes tonight is 3.5. I'm taking the over of 3.5 on Anthony Simons threes. That's a tongue twister. And then Trae Young over 28.5 points. Wagon was deciding between this and points and assists. Decided that the points were better value. Give me Trae Young's over 28.5 points against the New York Knicks because he is a villain in New York.
And not to get sad, but he's also really close with Takeoff.
Yeah.
So a little memoriam game.
Yep. And then Yordan Alvarez tonight, the best player in the MLB postseason, going to continue his reign of terror tonight. Yordan Alvarez, 1+ home run, plus 300 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Love the value there. All right. Those are our picks and props. Now it's time to talk a little bit about the NFL trade deadline. You talked about Roquan Smith. A lot of people kind of poo-pooing on this trade because of his contract and they have to re-sign Lamar next year. That's not what this is for, guys. This is for right now. This is for winning this year. And they think they have a genuine shot. And, the Bills and Chiefs are wagons 100%. But weirder things happen in sports. And the reason why you get an off-ball linebacker like Roquan Smith is to defend a mobile quarterback. Josh Allen, watch out. A lot of what teams do in the NFL is they try to build their defense, i.e. Kyle Shanahan, around defenses they hate to see. They hate to see big pass rushers, and Lamar would hate to see a guy that can defend the run very well, especially a quarterback run. That's what Roquan Smith can do. So I love the trade. I also like the Bradley Chubb trade.
I do too.
The Dolphins are going to be fun. AFC is just kind of a wagon.
It is. And it makes me sad because the Cardinals should be competitive in the putrid NFC, and they're not. Here's what I will say again about the Ravens. They play their own style of football, and they can't duplicate what Kansas City and Buffalo do. So they're trying something different, which I respect. They're going to try to play better defense, and they're going to run the football. And I think that could be a recipe to keep Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen at bay. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I like it more than let's go get Lamar like 5 different receivers. I think they know the kind of brand of football they want to play. They clearly have a stranglehold on this division, which is ass right now. Miami, to me, they're going all in, rightfully so, on Tua. He's having a career year. I don't know if this is sustainable or not, but they flipped. I'm sure you've seen this, Shane. The Trey Lance trade up to Miami to go and get Trey Lance cost the San Francisco 49ers 3 first-round picks. The 3 first-round picks have turned into Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb. That is how you get it done and subsequently embarrass the 49ers, which, God love it, you love to see. But Miami, to me, has gone from a joke to one of the best run organizations in the NFL. I'm very impressed with what I see. Tyreek Hill, a lot of people thought would punt on the season, got his money, leads the NFL in receiving yards. Something tells me in the AFC, if it's not Buffalo, I don't think it's going to be Kansas City. I think we're going to see one of these, a Miami, a Baltimore get hot and make some noise a la Cincinnati last year. And Shane, it was too bad you weren't on the show yesterday because I did give you some love. I did say that you called it before the season. You said that Cincinnati was fraudulent. We all know Zach Taylor's a god-awful head coach, but they're too Jamar Chase dependent, whereas Lamar wins every week with Devin Duvernay's of the world. You got to give him credit. So things I didn't like quickly at the trade deadline. I don't know what the Lions are doing. I get it. Hawkinson's going to be a free agent. Just come on. He just had two. He's a great player. He'd be great for a young quarterback next year. If you get the kid from Alabama, Bryce Young, you need weapons. You need to help your quarterback.
I think they probably talked to him and he probably wasn't going to resign.
God, they're just that pains me for the good people of Detroit, the good people of Michigan that have to root for that franchise. Because, was he worth a top 10 pick? No, but he's playing his best football now. What are you doing?
Here's my hottest take from yesterday. Nyheim Hines is going to turn into a beast on the Buffalo Bills. I can feel it.
They don't run the football well with anybody.
Yeah, but he's a pass catching back, baby. He's a pass catcher.
I think it's going to work. One last thing I'll say about the Bengals, because I wasn't able to get this out yesterday, and I want to laugh at people, especially for the people in the comments that was making fun of me when I cited turnover luck as their success last year. I'm looking at you, whatever your name was. Joe Burrow, not a top 5 quarterback. If you can't win without your best receiver, you're not a top 5 quarterback. You need that. But I think the bigger thing that we saw from I think Joe Burrow's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not, but people overrate him. I think the bigger thing we saw yesterday was Zach Taylor and how you can't scheme your receivers open. And maybe, just maybe, T. Higgins is a little bit overrated when he doesn't have Jamar Chase. That's all I have to say. I'm done. He's a
high end number 2. He's a number 2 though. And they got blown out 4 times last year. That Super Bowl run was smoke and mirrors. It was 2008, 2009 Cardinal-esque. It was very, very similar to Warner and Fitz and Anquan Bolden carrying them to a Super Bowl. So I'm happy for the folks in Cincinnati, but that's what we like to call an outlier year.
Mm-hmm. I still think they're a good team. I just don't think they're going to
win 8-9 games
championship by any means. Maybe even not the playoffs. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're here every Monday through Friday at noon. Right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review on audio and leave a like and subscribe. But for now, peace, love, and turnover luck's a real thing, guys.